Hello, world. So it's been a while, several weeks at this point, since I've checked in with you all, but um, we are on our annual girls' trip to Deep Creek, MLK weekend. Woohoo! It's it's a trip started by the wonderful Miss Alicia Roberts, and she just grabbed a bunch of girls. This lighting is terrible. I have to Instagram post with lighting on this one. But anyway, she started a trip for a bunch of girls, women, to just it basically started as like a networking trip for the weekend where we could prove the world wrong against all of the stereotypical love and hip hop and bad girl and all of those ridiculous shows where women that don't know each other get together and the first thing they want to do is fight black women. Um, we've proven them wrong because it's nothing but love here. Anyway, 1 year turned into two, turned into three, turned into four, and here we are at year five. Annual Divas to Deep Creek, year five. So, welcome to the This is 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 40 Deep Creek edition. My hair is a mess. Everything's a mess, but I really feel like I owed you all this edition here because we got up early in the morning, stayed up late, got up early, and gathered around the TV as we do that time of morning on low volume. Tried to find a movie that the whole group would agree on. There were only about 5 or 6 of us at the time, but Miss Roberts, Alicia, hey boo, decided on Marshall. Now this was the story of Thurgood Marshall. One particular case, but it was just really poignant to the trip itself, to the time, present time, with the state of the country today, but also it was very, very poignant just in this man's career, which obviously was the intent of the movie. But watch the movie. I won't talk about the entire movie, but I do just want to talk about this one scene, which should not have been a defining moment in the movie, and I'm sure it wasn't meant that way. It's probably more of an Easter egg for those people like myself, but there was a scene where Thurgood asked a little girl, what do you want to be when you grow up? A nurse like your mom? And she said, no. And he said, what about a lawyer? Like your dad, I'm assuming. And she said, no, I don't want to be that either. And then he said, well, what do you want to be? And this little girl in the 1950s or 60s says, I want to be a fighter pilot. Little girl, little black girl, I want to be a fighter pilot. And her mom stood behind her very proudly, very, very proudly, and just smiled a little and moved on. But that's set with me, and the end scene, and they move on to, they finish talking about that and move on to something else. But as a mother, that scene touched me in a way that I really I couldn't understand, so I had to reflect on it a little bit. And I just thought, wow, that's a reality now. It's a reality. In the 50s, a little black girl saying she wanted to be a pilot, and her mother standing proudly behind her, wanting to encourage her dreams, but also probably feeling that This will never happen for my baby. Not in these times, not in this world. Not in this world where this man is literally fighting for his life against the lying white woman who accused him, of raping her, when in fact she was lying. So I thought about that as it applies to me today. Not as the 1950s or 60s or even 70s or 80s or 90s even, but just as a mother, a single mother, a statistic, in the year 2018, and the limits that are going to be put, that are set for my children, not because of any boundaries that the world puts on them, but the stipulations and the boundaries of my own finances and the possibilities that they can't, the heights they won't be able to reach, strictly based on my financial incapability to support that. And to stand behind them as they boldly tell the world their dreams and their goals. And to put on the face for them and to believe in my heart that they can do it. But to have my brain fighting against that every step of the way. Can my children be conquerors? Can my son be the next president of the world? Absolutely. And so can my daughters, if they so aspire to. He's the only one that's made that aspiration out loud. Absolutely, they could. They could. It's possible. The limitations of the world they're still very strong, but I believe in their generation and their time that they could make this happen. But where do they get the education and the training from when I can't so much as pay for a semester of college? Not one. I don't know. But let me tell you, children, I meant it when I said I believe in my heart that all things are possible. And the three of you and my legacy, my grandchildren, whenever those happen, no rush. We're going to leave our print on this world. We're going to leave our print on this world. And when people hear the name Jesse, Stefani, and Eugene, they're gonna remember, just like they do Thurgood, my fighter pilots. I'm telling y'all, anything is possible. And your mother has your backing. My job is not to criticize anything that you do, but to encourage your every dream. Your every dream. Motivate your every move. Stand behind you when the rest of the world is looking at you to say, you can't be a fighter pilot. You're just a little black girl or boy. You tell them, have you met my mama? Do you know the blood that runs through my veins? The strength of the generations of women who have endured things much more painful than anybody's mind could ever imagine. Do you know that's the blood running through my veins? A fighter pilot is just the beginning. I'm gonna own that jet. I'm gonna own that jet. And when people hear my name, Jesse, Stefani, and Eugene Hanks, they gonna remember who I am.